We have Zaz, Glance, and Giuliano across Astra, Breach, and Raze. We saw that was capable of last time.
Astra.
Like,
yeah.
It was insane. Actually, things are going to get off to a very quick start here in the pistol round.
Yeah, Petra needs to stay alive in this and actually doing well enough for now. Needs to back away. Yeah, support's on the way, but a quick start from Guild on the attacking side, and of course G2 on the defending side. So, as highlighted, no messing around, no waiting. Pull of rotations is already in, though. Here we see that paint shell coming in, and Zaz, that impressive breach, is going to be put to bed early on. Smurfette with a great connection. Something we were waiting to see on map 1. Maybe this is the time for it to really start building that. And the push through Smurfette off to a belting start. But there's still players here, but she carries on. Still doing the damage. Huge impact already, and the site's theirs. And a bloodied battle to fight for it. And yes, Mimi, an impressive map 1, but this might be a little even out of her reach.
I mean, she's got a classic. I'm still open-minded.
My bad.
Put it that way. You know, pull off some magic before, but you're right. This is a tall order. Really, it's even worth finding any damage here in the pistol. You're really going to prevent some of these ghosts making their way across into round 2. We'll find the headshot, no kill on the first. With all that utility coming back off cooldown now. Along for this world, Smurfette will actually find the 4th, and an explosive start to map 2 here, Guild.
Triddle in middle.
Nice.
You're welcome. And a quick play through towards vents.
Here.
I'm just gonna invest the utility. Now this is only pistols. Shouldn't be a problem. We always hold it to the same accountability of keeping it clean. You want to keep 5 alive if possible. Come in with a plan when you go into that bonus. Mimi with the classic though. Always going to be
always good for one.
Counterculture. Yeah, always good for one. Quick trade out though, and the plant will be soon to follow. So Guild off to a good start here to maybe correct the ship after probably a pretty gutting map 1, right? Like there's we don't have to talk around the point. That's going to be pretty heartbreaking. Getting to OT, so many opportunities to close out. That could have been pretty devastating. Tommy going for a bit of a journey, but clean work from Guild, and necessary too. I liked it.
Actually, we'll catch Glance off a really nice set piece actually towards ramps. Guild
we were
here.
so impressed. Yeah, and bear in mind, we were so impressed with Glance's performance before on Astra. If she keeps getting targeted, taken down, this could be a really nice way back in. Zaz having to respect the utility, but about to be overwhelmed on the side. Victoria with the overrun. This is perfect work on this bonus. Now they've got some upgrades coming through. Oh, not
somehow
not
Petra escapes.
Yeah, don't know how Petra's managed to stay alive there and actually best in that fight, but it is a 3v4. It's not a win just yet, and all players are basically on pillar here.
Yeah, everybody huddled towards elbow. Whether or not Guild look to take any space on the back of the Viper wall. That toxin cooldown. Stun gonna slow things down. Actually, Petra nearly eating Giuliano's paint shell there. A little more damage done, but can they advance any closer towards site here? That's the next question, really.
Now, Giuliano could keep... No, again, Cinnamon's dealt with that so quickly. This is perfect from Guild. You couldn't ask for much better. Oh, no. Time. Surely the time's not going to be there. Cinnamon just has to play to the tune of the spike and does more than that. Picks up the frag on Giuliano and... It's the Shiko.
This is looking... G2 want to try and capitalize as well. Will isolate one. Kim falls. Weapon not retrieved just yet. Cinnamon going to try and police that as best as possible here. No way Giuliano still gets that.
Oh, so filthy with that Sheriff, but again, it's just about being kept in check, right? Like, there's now no weapon to be garnered. It's kind of deeper in enemy territory that they could maybe even juggle that further back if they really want to make sure. But this is when suddenly those other sheriffs can become actually an issue. If they're in the right place for it, they can't stack up. They have very limited information. They spotted a couple players towards middle, right? But it's still early enough in the round that they could lean anywhere. It's going to be Petra, and the timing is going to be a critical factor to this. Going to decide to post up a little deeper. Gosh, this is a dangerous fight, but that's a dangerous shot. A 1-for-1 trade out, still effective enough for G2 here. Guild with 2 players, but rifled up. They've got full armor. This shouldn't have been a problem. Zaz going to watch that cross potentially. Don't know about the timing on this.
30 seconds left.
24 seconds.
And the stun on both players here, potentially. No, just Roxy. We're going to play outside of that, but reinforcements coming through from spawn. Glance pretty close by. Nano Swarm's on Spike, so they got to go for these kills. That's can't land the damage though. Glance has got a response.
Yeah, Glance now spotted as well towards CT. Roxy can adjust position. Goes for the swing.
Yeah, nice.
And gets
Double
it.
face.
Yeah, like that. Keeping it safe. Now, again, that...
Yeah. See, only really less than 1,000 credits on each player behind this purchase. You're not really in a position to, I guess, risk too much in stopping Guild from achieving all this space in the early round. Playing pretty deep towards B, actually, and only one member, G2, holding on to Mail. But already this rotation's coming through. Might even see that execution I was talking about here. Lockdown invested. Glance. Dips their toes, will find something on the other end, but expect the Viper's pit here to come through after the plant. So Victoria's going to find it. Prevented for the time being.
Oh, double lurk. Oh, no. Okay, just Mimi. I did think Juliano might have joined her here, but it's actually going to be Mimi up against Kim, and the walk through the wall. Didn't expect it. Kim catches Mimi off guard. And now back to all even numbers, 4v4, but that ult can be such a difference maker now. You can see the consideration of potentially alert coming through, but Giuliano has to focus on what's in front. Already gonna dive on in. Might need to just post this, hope for the best. Sees nothing, gets nothing, but there's the frag for Victoria. What?
No way.
Oh, Giuliano finding Victoria here. This is all down to Kim, but the HP's already low. And if it wasn't gonna be the gun, it was gonna be the pain shell to do it. Diffuse gonna come on through. And G2 are on the board themselves.
Really well played by Giuliano as well. Actually opts to try and find a kill on backside. Use don't matter too much actually. I mean, considering the scoreline, Guild not an awful lot of credits behind this purchase. I mean, you see Roxy down on 0. Members on actually Victoria on 0 credits as well. So you two have kept them in check enough that it's almost a level playing field here in this buy round. 2 big ultimates removed from Guild. And a player removed. Victoria will fall.
Blink of an eye. Glance is there, finds Victoria. Maybe not expecting the aggress on the extremity, which is pretty reasonable. We haven't seen too much towards that A site in that way, so this was going to be an end towards that A site. You've now lost presence on both extremities, and I love this response from G2. Let's say you lose mid control. Okay, well, the answer back is you take the edges of the map, and the spray for Petra is perfection. That's the Petra you need to be seeing. This is the game changer that really...
Try and make use of the Blade Storm here.
Get out of my way.
Zaz looks to prevent things, but Guild navigate... I was going to say Guild navigates straight past that aftershock. Not so much. Victoria. A little bit of a slip up there, a misstep.
Here.
Knows where Mimi is, but Giuliano aware. But the follow-up, this is great work from Smurfette. Isolating 2 towards CT, almost navigating past that impact that Zaz might have had early on. But what does the rest of G2 do? Petra has to respect this and back away. Can't get involved just yet. Has to somehow deal with this B site. She is going to be here before them. She's going to hear these steps. Petra, this could be your moment again to shine, but can't control the spray on the second. Smurfette's found 3 this round. Been the defender of this B site, waiting for that spike to be ferried across, leaving Zaz and Glance a mile away.
Roxy's tucked in so deep as well here in spawn. See, Zaz and Glance either consider the possibility. They do. Doesn't matter. Roxy finds both.
All right.
Guild strike back.
Nope. But again, this is good for Guild. It just rounds on the board. It's what you need. Zaz, though, right place, right time. Does she get it on the wall drop, potentially? Oh, Tommy's doing damage. Site's gonna be Guilds. They can't really deny this, and surely there's gonna be alarm bells ringing going, Where's Glance? Where's Zaz? Okay, well, our post-plant's gonna be a little bit more limited than maybe you'd wanted, but they have the site control they need.
Cosmic Divide, Rolling Thunder on the way back in for G2 as well, so have a real good opportunity at this retake. Clear their way through ramp here, but Cinnamon actually ready with a flash of her own.
No
way.
Shot. Zaz turns that. That's Counter-Strike pedigree coming in. Guild now going to be crunched in, but fighting out from the back lines. Victoria, Smurfette, and Kim somehow all in.
Solana than the revive here, so in this sort of round, not really going to be that impactful. Guild in a really good position actually to make the most of this half, which, like I said, for me, it is the more important one considering the composition. I think defensively they're going to feel a lot more comfortable in terms of dictating the pace. There's so many possibilities to slow the rounds down.
Well, Victoria Test it again. Answers there. The paint shell gonna at least garner G2 a little bit more control towards that A side, but this is all leading towards middle. The flash, they just about come out of it in time, and Smurfette cleans house. That's lovely work. Yeah, Mimi gets one, but it's all overpowered and overwhelmed. That B side's up for the taking, and these anti-ecos have actually been pretty nice. They've had some damage, and we know that G2 are dangerous in them, but keeping control for standing so far, not over-aggressing on this fight towards the A side, is going to pay off well for Guild. As bear in mind, these two players, at least Giuliano, maybe not Glance, were noted towards A.
Get ready, Victoria, there to pick up the slack. One to greet the presence. Have on the cards, Blade Storm, Viper's Pit, lockdown. Shaping up to be a scary first half for G2, to be honest.
I'm glad the desk looked at Smurfette to be one of those players to make the impact here, because the first map wasn't as instrumental as expected, but she's really coming to her own, and, well, this time, nearly coming to her death, and the re-aggress from Glance through that full faith in utility behind it, and G2 this time putting a stop to things. And Cinnamon just drops down, fair play. Okay, now what do you do against the rest of them, though? Double set up towards Heaven, that's going to be hard to break down. I guess getting a clean fight on one's going to be great, but Mimi waiting in the corner, and actually doesn't get the shot she wants. There's still life in this squad. How's it gotten to this? And the other two players are so far away here. Quick res comes out, though. They're going to be knowing that there's a player nearby, but Giuliano further ahead. But Cinnamon's angle is better. 3 kills this round. Oh, gorgeous work from Cinnamon, leaving just Glance in an undesirable situation herself, a 1v2, and Cinnamon's playing this just so well. Dips away to CT, doesn't outstay the welcome, can catch that cross now towards sight. Just biding the time because Glance has to clear all of this with the full intent that there's a player there, and always difficult. Slippery work by Cinnamon, and the cross being watched. Spots the player, doesn't have to overextend towards it, still has utility ready to go.
And the fault line back as well.
Not getting it, yeah. And there it is, just in case needed. This has to be checked on, this has to be checked on. We're going to check on this, there it is. Okay, Kim's got it, but the impact from Cinnamon there, in my...
The usage from G2, they're not even getting the opportunity. They're getting battered in the early round.
Yeah, Smurfette just being like a can opener, right? Just absolutely smashing open these sites. There is a stack over towards B here, but you said earlier that they shouldn't go for too much. They haven't. It is light armor, and it is Sheriffs, though, so Smurfette going to be tested a little, but succeeds on the first, passing with flying colors. Oh, Mimi does at least deny it in the end, but you heard that ult potentially get popped here. Cinnamon going to be noted soon, but not soon enough to be denied these 2 kills, and well, it's just Mimi left alive. Did manage to scurry away with a rifle, though.
Should hear that, yeah. I think they heard that reload. You see immediately the player icons pointing towards Heaven. And the fault line will confirm. You know exactly where Mimi's repositioned towards. Got to find 3 kills. Finds the first, but Kim stacked up for the trade. I just think this is a Guild round. Unless anything goes drastically wrong for them.
Get out of my way!
Camera taken out.
And again, with, as you said, so much now in the bank of things that they can utilize, be it the ultimates.
Problem is as well, look how far away Zaz is. Can't even aftershock.
Can't deal with it. Sights theirs. Smurfette happy to be the first one in as well. No problems with that now. Wonder if Mimi's aware of the potential of this. Yeah, gun barrel's a giveaway. It's clean for Mimi, and that's a bit of an issue. Bear in mind, Smurfette has had impact here, but it's not without saying the others haven't.
Oh,
But that ultimate again.
Giuliano's so
what do you
close. She can contest this plant.
That's such a very good point. I kind of thought the spike might have been down at this point, but Mimi walks forward, gives it away to Kim. Excuse me, towards Victoria. Kim trying to hit that spike plant. And again, still trying to find somewhere safe to plant this. Finally going to get it down now. So time's at least in their favor, but they are surrounded here now.
You are divided!
And Victoria, this is dangerous games you're playing.
Pulling up, blasting them!
Consideration to push, but Victoria with a great catch. Trying to time it well. Petra on the back lines. Dips in behind, but now look who's left alive. Still Giuliano, still Zaz, the only 2 standing. Zaz in the 1v1 now, up against Roxy. Flash to the left, checks it, has to do something with this. A tap on the spike makes no noise. Tries to hit the brakes for a second, outdoes Roxy. Experience will shine through, but The scoreline, it is not pretty, Mike. That
I mean-
be it curse or not, 9-3.
That's a lifeline for G2 to close that one out, which I gotta say.
Oh, let's wait with bated breath at 3-9. I'm not much of a believer in the curse, but Guild probably feeling pretty happy with how that closed out. Very solid approach thus far. Giuliano read by Roxy there. G2's mid control, not going to have as much of a pinch as they'd like, but we've seen that combo before, right? Victoria and Roxy in combination towards sites is very hard to get past, and it is going to be put towards B this time around.
The next step in the plan is here. You'll still have 3 members committed towards A sites. They're not really feeling the heat at all from that early change of damage. Jim actually caught sleeping there with utility. That's Smurfette in position. Well, actually, the flash.
And still gets away with
No
murder,
way.
Smurfette. How have you gone away with this? That's ridiculous. No right. No
After
right.
catch, will avoid it. They're gonna allow them safe passage initially.
This could be a confidence builder. Yeah.
Like Smurfette needed any more.
Yeah, good point. Doesn't need to be an Eco Cobra, but we'll enjoy it regardless. Smurfette's just farming.
Down A.
Not going to be able to style on Zaz like that, but Kim going to be there to consolidate the round. You're going to have, I mean, Knives will be out. Bladestorm will be available and ready to go. Let's see how this starts up. This one already looking. I don't know. There's just danger in Guild right now. I'm seeing that confidence really brimming with them. So if G2 have to do any damage, it's got to be now, right? It's got to start in this round.
And I'm waiting for, and this is the sort of thing, you know, this is waiting for Guild to slip up, right? Roxy's going to find contact. Counter swing should come from default. Works perfectly in unison, but Giuliano actually closes the distance. So got to drop and try and scrap this out, but the flashes come through to try and support. Actually, the trades go in favor of Guild.
And again, this is against Spectres, so it shouldn't be one-for-one trades, and it's ended up in a advantageous position for Guild. Okay. Okay, Mimi, fair enough. Just hits the switch, glance, sees both players now. So, give you a little bit of a predicament considering you got the spike, forced to fight now. Oh, and glance. Stylish close, but...
It goes to Timmy Ultimates, obviously Smurfette 0 now, but... It's so much slower than I was anticipating from G2. It's defaulty. This isn't traditionally what we see. It doesn't seem to be any utility set up with any real intention in the early round. There's now the point where they're going to explore towards mid, and there's lots to navigate their way through.
Yeah. Ooh, just on the other side, probably the MVP of this game so far, Smurfette. Waiting to go. First challenge, Giuliano. Actually fails the first test. Follow up, Cinnamon though. Waiting on the other side of this. Drops it, timing's perfect. Does just about get away from that pain shell, and look at what it's costing them. Mimi and Petra, the only two alive. That mid hit not finding the value it wanted. And the weaponry's far from ideal.
Nope. Even great. Mimi does have full armor and a phantom. Really actually catching timing on Victoria there, but again, this late in the round, 30 seconds. There's all this Killjoy utility. Also some Astra utility there. Here with the first. Again, this is just stall. This is what we talked about with this composition from Guild.
Yep. It works so well. Yeah, it's teed up a fight, but there's still only 20 seconds, and the problem is there's a player on the back of screens as well, so it's going to be so hard to clear. You're going to have Roxy just playing time, and that's all she has to do, because there's two players on the way. Ooh, cleared out a little quicker than expected. I kind of expected a bit more time to be kind of garnered with that, but Plant now down 2v2.
Should be able to hear both players there coming through from spawn. At least definitely now.
Yeah, should be super aware. Mimi's shot and a half with that. Expects the fall, but it's Cinnamon from up on top. Finding the shot towards Mimi. And again, Diffuse now teed up. That's gotta feel good for a player like Cinnamon too. Keep in mind, under the name Claudia back in the day, would have been on the receiving end of a whole lot of damage by the likes of Petra, Zaz, Giuliano, Mimi. To be able to kind of come through with that has got to be a great...
Hands. 8 rounds to find for G2.
And the way that Guild are playing, normally it's like you can kind of give a round or two over to, you know, someone like G2 or, you know, anyone who's got pop-off players, but right now Guild has that player. They've got it with a couple of the players actually who are just so on the money right now. Giuliano forced to invest a little utility to keep herself safe.
And again, just look at it. It's slow. It's defaulty.
Yep.
It's cautious and defensive here, which isn't really come to expect of this G2 roster. Victoria will actually greet Mimi on the other side of the first blood drawn. Giuliano just trying to close the distance now. Roxy wins out.
Great shot. Gonna be tricky to follow up from this, but even just playing her life, super valuable. Zaz gonna connect towards one, but Smurfette still drags Glance to her grave, and enough of a pixel given away. Petra and Zaz, the last two alive. How much more do you have in the tank this map? Looks like already Zaz is gonna find one. And well, this is all but over. This